Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. The electoral petition tribunal is on fully. Right now, there's an expose. There's a revelation that the media person to the former president of Nigeria have given to Nigerians. For like Shehu Sani would say, if you know that you do not like the truth or you don't like objectivity, I would advise that you get your cardiologist beside you because things are about to be unfolded. To make matters interesting is the fact that it's coming from a top politician who have taken time to expose what to expect and what Bola Ahmed Tinubu have done in the time past, and it's playing out now, and that Nigeria may not be able to come out of this in one piece. And well, before we go to the newspaper, my colleague is in the house. We're going to look at this very critically. We'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the right subscribe button beside it to see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Former media aides to the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, have decided to give Nigeria some expose of what may have been going on and why they should actually, like Shehu Sani will say, hold your cardiologist around you so that you don't get any shocking news concerning what may be transpiring. Before we go to the newspaper to find out what is in the coffers for both Peter Obi, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Atiku Abubakar, like and subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's hit the ground running. According to the news, Omakri, the former presidential aide, Reno Onkre, has stated that the president-elect Bola Tinubu has been grooming his 2023 political ambitions since 1998. Omakri stated that Tinubu has worked hard in placing different people in high positions so they can also soften his rise to power. According to the media personality, the former Lagos State governor has appointed judges who are presently in the Court of Appeals. Onkri also claimed that Tinubu gave a big push to Ahmed Lawan and Femi Gbajabiamila political career, that's their political career, and also turned a lot of people into billionaires, not millionaires, B as in ball, billionaire. Onkre argued that Tinubu has prepared so well for 2023 that the judges in the tribunal would probably treat him better than the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. He wrote, and I quote, Tinubu has been preparing for 2023 since 1998. He has a former Lagos commissioner as top shot at INEC. He has judges he appointed as governor that are now in the Court of Appeals. He made Lawan Senate president and installed Gbajabiamila as speaker. 1/4 of Buhari's ministers are his appointees. He helped the owners of Oando and Alphabet become dollar billionaires. He has turned many journalists from paupers to multi-millionaires. He is on excellent terms with army generals and has incorporated family members of leaders of our intelligence agencies into his patronage network. He even ordered the then Khan members of the House of Representatives from Southwest to vote against the fellow Yoruba contestant for the speakership in 2011 and instead support Aminu Tambuwa because part of his 2015 strategy against the then President Jonathan was to claim that his government was anti-Yoruba, and that would have been impossible if PDP had a Yoruba speaker. Imagine that type of Machiavellian thinking. With his advanced preparation, the judiciary may even treat him better than INEC did. Speaking further, Onkro claimed that Tinubu learned his political tactics from MKO Abiola, Moshood Kashimawo Abiola. Tinubu and Godswill Akpabio both learned from MKO Abiola very well. What money cannot do, more money can do. But Tinubu went further than Akpabio in that. in that, apart from Olusegun Obasanjo, no other Nigerian politician has perfected the art of emotion to conquer like him. Instead of insulting his intelligence, let us as PDP study it and outfox him. We should not be too ashamed to copy his playbook. That is how you become a chess grandmaster. You spend months studying your opponent's plays. We must study Tinubu to defeat him, like Erdogan studied Fethullah Gulen and then destroyed his political base, he added. Okay, my colleague is here. Let's quickly analyze this. You Now, with all these things that Reno have said, what's your take on it objectively?
Now, Reno has said the bitter truth that most Nigerians have been running away from. Whether you are an obedient, whether you are articulate, whether you are of a different school of thought, the truth has just been presented to all Nigerians. But one of the things that I want to say emphatically here is that before you start thinking of studying Bola Tinubu's strategy or ideology as a politician, you must also look into the issue of the environment. And the only reason why his strategy is giving so much result or seems undefeated is the fact that Nigeria has already been founded on a false foundation, on lies, on deception, on using of people, on taking advantage, using might as authority, and all of that. So, with that at heart, one can roll out such strategy and adopt it. But in a saner claim, Tinubu's strategy and whatever he holds as a political ideology may not really work well. Now, the people he's even bringing into power, he will first of all, make them realize that they can't help themselves and they are owing him a favor. But in a Senate claim where already they are institutionalized policies, things that cannot be shifted. It has been there for years. Bola Tinubu cannot steal, because imagine, for example, if judiciary in Nigeria already has some level of autonomy and independency, and there are punitive measure in event of you taking the laws into your hand, or rolling out wrong judgment and all of that. This cannot work. For example, look at the issue that we have at hand. We have a case where someone is, number one, we don't even know his real age. Now, some of the things that have popped out is enough to convict him. But unfortunately, because of the environment we find ourselves, nobody can do anything. There is no president on ground, as legal president, that can really fight him, and there are no truthful people around who can hold those president and say this is what it is and that is it. I can assure you that the likes of Donald Trump have structures like this in the United States of America. But the people's voice, as far as this is democracy, the people's voice stands stronger. The people's voice is more respected. If it happens that you go against it, the people will hit the street, shut down all institutions, and will go after even those who are ensuring that this thing doesn't work out. But in Nigeria, unfortunately, it's not happening like that way. Even the judiciary does not have the level of independence that we feel they should have. Okay, look at what this guy, the chairman of Code of Conduct Bureau, yesterday said. He said, mention one. He asked a very bitter question that yesterday. He said, mention one institution today in Nigeria that is not under the presidency. So even if the presidency submits an asset form, it's just formality. That's asset declaration form, which is expected to be reviewed, verified. They have to check out all those stuff, go to where those assets are. How did you get money to get these assets and all? It's just to fulfill all righteousness. Let people not say that I did not submit my asset declaration form. But guess what? The institution itself is still reportable to the presidency. Someone said they should put it under judiciary so that some level of independence should be. My brother, whether you put it under judiciary or not, still, even if they roll out a particular, you are going to submit all the reports you're going to bring up, that we've reviewed this person's asset base. These are the things that we have found him wanting in this area, in this area, in this area. And you present it before the president, and president tell you, say, shut down. EFCC run in, the president say, calm down first. I think we have more issues to deal with. They will calm down. Why? Because unfortunately, they can't exist on their own. So you now realize that anyone who sits back, all what he needs to do is to gather up structures. And that was the reason why someone like Peter Obi wanted, that was the reason for the emergence of Peter Obi. And the common people were the one that were fronting Peter Obi, so that all these things should be recorrected. It should be corrected. We know we will now be in sync. But unfortunately, it has failed us. Why? Because as we are talking, the existing structures of corruption are still very strong. The foundations are well grounded. They are not ready to move. So you now realize that you can now talk of, he has built human structure. It was people's planning. There were some very strong framework, organizational, this blah 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 blah. Those things are working because of the environment we find ourselves. Because the only way you can say those kind of things can stand the test of time everywhere in the world, it is when that person's hand is clean. You understand? That person has nothing hidden, we can say, okay, even when he roll out his policies, people in the Senate will say, but this one, there are common things that can be used to nail this man, and nothing he would do about it.
All right, I guess that's going to wrap it up. More time, but I guess time is against us already. Let's put in our comment section what's your take. Have a nice time. God bless you.